The president of the IMANI Center for Policy and Education, Franklin Cudjoe, has criticized the tax identification number policy by the Ghana Revenue Authority, describing it as absurd. He says implementation by the GRA is a demotivator for income generation due to the slow process of acquiring a tin. Mr. Cudjoe spoke at the 25th anniversary launch of the Graduate Students Association of Ghana at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. It's where Prince Appiah reports from.
It was the launch of the 25th anniversary celebrations of KNUST branch of the Graduate Students Association of Ghana, GWASAC. The theme was the role of graduate students in ensuring a Ghana beyond aid. Founder of the IMANI Center for Policy and Education, Franklin Cudjoe, says the way to realize Ghana beyond aid dream is proper public financial management. The implementation of the tax identification number has attracted huge public uproar. Mr. Franklin Cudjoe describes the policy as absurd.
In fact, it's not fit for purpose. There's no way you can generate enough revenue by erecting stumbling blocks in the way of people who want to pay a tax. You don't generate it by filling papers and they're going to interface with some individual and they'll give you some assigned number. It should be randomly generated. Then you can verify at the point of you needing a service. That's how I think should be done. All this business of telling people if you don't have team, you can't do business is actually backward. And I call on the president to tell the GRA to immediately take steps to make this randomly generated. It's like when you are registering stuff on the internet, you get unique codes. Why? Do you see human beings before you get that? But if you don't put the proper code, you never move to the next step. It's doable. Let's allow technology to work. Let's not make fetish of technology. These are simple things that can be done. The danger it poses is that there will be little money for the states because me, if I have a business and I now have to go and register a team and I have to go through that turmoil, I probably will stay in my corner and will not pay tax in time, right? And then two, I mean, clearly it doesn't show growth of the GRA or tax authorities. I think the whole tax system should be re-looked again. We should decide, you see, if we have given the tax authorities an optimal tax for which the country will need to develop, I think they'll think outside the box and not get into this cycle of churning out archaic methods of generating taxes. This is very archaic and they should change it now.
President of the KNUST branch of GWASAC, Abraham Edupoko, says graduates must question the effective use of Ghana's resources.
Ghana is 61 years. The president mentions that we should go with the Ghana, that country should go beyond aid. Then you think of it, what have we been doing for 61 years that now we are calling people to get beyond it? Is it that when Nkrumah mentioned it, that people could not buy into it? Or what is the real issue that we're talking about? So because of that, we said fine. As postgraduate students, we believe that the future lies within us. Whatever being the case, the future president, the ministers, all of them will come be among crops of people like us. So why don't we prep our people towards that? What are we doing today? What has happened in the past? And what is the future holding? And that is why sometimes we need to understand what informs the decisions we are taking today. Why is government saying one district, one factory? Why is government saying one village, one dam? Is it doable? How? What research are we having? What data are we having? Research is all about information. And information helps make informed decisions.
Prince Appiah reporting.
Residents of Sisala in the Upper West districts of that region say the risk being cut off from the rest of the region if a broken culvert at Jefese is not fixed before the start of the rainy season. These residents of the communities along the route have improvised and currently filled part of the broken culvert with heavy logs for easy passage of vehicles. But they're currently worried the logs are not strong enough to hold the heavy traffic on the section of the road. Rafiq Salam reports.
This is the Jefese Road, located in the Sisala West District. It is an important road, not only for the people living in these communities, but the whole district as well. In the district capital, Bolu, only a few kilometers of the town roads are fairly good, though it is riddled with potholes. The lives of residents in the district hugely depends on this road. Several tons of farm produce are sent to Bolu and other parts of the region and beyond using this road. The huge traffic on the road, especially heavy trucks carrying heavy goods to neighboring Burkina Faso, has worsened the otherwise good condition of the road. The few box culverts constructed along the road are on the brink of collapsing. Residents of these communities are more worried of the box culvert located at Dolachari, as elaborated by the chief of JFC, Koro Yusuf Suleiman Pelakuro V.
If there's no any broken bridge around your community, and then it is the nature of the road, that one there's no problem. You can either use your donkey cart, motorbike, bicycle, or even cars. But if the bridge is broken at the particular place, that diversion cannot be created. In fact, it is a very big problem that is worrying my community.
The box culvert here can simply be described as a death trap. The entire top plate of the box culvert has completely caved in. Residents of the community on their own have now meticulously replaced part of the top plate with heavy locks for easy passage of vehicles.
We have to organize communal labor. We went there and looked for locks, arrange and make it improvised for passing. And it happened like that for the whole time. And now that rain is about to set in, we don't know what to do. We cannot look for any other, locks to go and make to improvise it. And there's no any place that we can make the diversion. First, it was the diversion we made. And I came to a time that the diversion cannot be passed anymore. So we tried our own small way and look for locks and arrange on top.
Sasala was District Chief Executive Mohamed Zakaria Bako says several lives have been lost as the result of the broken culvert.
Motor accidents, I can't give the actual figure, but motor accidents has happened here severally. Even when the diversion was also created somewhere 2016 around November, still people had accidents down there too.
Mohamed Bako didn't open up on the road project.
In fact, this whole road from Golu to JFC here was given to one contractor called Anastasia. And this particular bus convoy wasn't part of the contractual agreement. It was after giving the contract that this got broken. So they worked it according to my regional feeder roads engineer. They worked it later and added it to the contractor to have help to work on it. That is why you could see there are chippings and other things here, because it was like an emergency thing. Unfortunately, the contractor, according to him, for 2 years now, he's not been paid. And for that matter, he also left site.
On our return from Golu to Wa, the heavy locks placed for easy movement of vehicles rather became an obstacle for us. The Nissan pickup we were traveling with was stuck by the heavy locks placed on top of the culvert. The team has to struggle under the pickup to pull out the locks to enable the pickup pull through. This we did with the help of 2 men who are of Fulani extraction.
You have seen how difficult is it for vehicles to pass here, even in the daytime. I'm wondering what will happen if it's in the night. And the more worrying development is the absence of road signs, because there's none here.
The people in the community have fears that they may be cut off if it continues to rain incessantly.
We don't know. We are just helpless now, so far as this road is concerned. JFC or Sisala West, this bridge is just about the middle. So far as the stretch of Golu and then the last village Bele is concerned. So we have a number of villages at the back. If you want to get there, you have to cross this bridge. So even the assembly, if we want to do our normal or perform our normal duties, without this bridge, we have so many communities that we cannot get to. And from JVC to all these communities who will still come back to the assembly to perform their duties to the assembly. So if this road 2 is not done, again, all those communities, unless they decide to trek through Tumu and come back or go through Heng, unfortunately, the inlet again and the outlet to Sisalawe from the Heng side, that is the Jirapa, is in the Jirapa district. Another box culvert of this sort is also broken. So Sisala West, if this thing is not done, this 2018, before the rain starts, maybe we may not have any place to go than to stay in our various homes.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafik Salam, Dula Chare, JVC.
Down south, the tourism minister, Catherine Afoku, has paid a courtesy call on the officials of the Cape Coast and Minnow Castles to assess how open defecation has affected the 2 tourist attractions. According to her, the seriousness of the situation has renewed government's commitment to fight harder the menace of open defecation. Speaking after the tour, the minister revealed that her ministry will name and shame culprits by advertising their names on billboards to serve as deterrent to others. Richard Kojunyako was there and has more on the story.
Beautiful cultural display at the Chief's Palace at Elmina when the tourism minister Catherine Afoku paid a working visit to the region to assess how open defecation is affecting tourism potentials at the Cape Coast and Elmina Castles. The tourism minister was accompanied by 2 paramount chiefs, the regional minister, and other officials from the tourism ministry. Catherine Afoku revealed government's commitment in the fight against open defecation has been given a major boost after JoyNews reports. She outlined the interventions her ministry is pursuing, which includes naming and shaming people who defecate at the country's beaches.
We came on a tour to ascertain for ourselves the state of the open defecation issue. And since you've traveled with us today, you've heard from the stakeholders, you've seen it for yourselves, and we have to reinforce the commitment to fight this menace. It can't be something that we just leave it and say, oh, that's just the attitude of the fisher folks. No, nobody was born with this upbringing. So I think together with you as partners, we will have to put the right things in place. And as I shared earlier with you, it is not only tourism ministry that's fighting this fight. We've done the letters we are here to distribute to the sanitation ministry, fisheries and aquaculture, local government, information, and ourselves coming together, but also with all the regional ministers along the coast. We're really counting on you. The name and shame portion will really help. If you have a digital billboard that showcases your uncle in that act for a week in the community, I think that very person will feel that this is not the right attitude to see Ghana. So those are some of the methods that we'll use. And of course, once through the special initiatives ministry, they can help us put the toilets around the tourist sites. I think we can beat this fight.
The paramount chief of Ogwa traditional area, Osabre Makwesiata II, says the traditional authorities are angry with how the castles are being desecrated with open defecation. According to him, his outfit has rolled some interventions to complement what the Ministry of Tourism is currently embarking on to arrest the situation. At the moment, red flags are flying along the beaches that signify danger and a disaster that they have to wage a war against.
So Kwampana, CCRL, about there is a red flag says CCO, Orchard danger, year war, Asafu, Equebasa, Washampanon.
If you go to the beach right now, you will see red flags that show danger. We have 3 Asafu companies that take care of the beaches. I have summoned the leaders of these Asafu companies. I showed them the clip and they could identify some of the culprits in the clip. We have started working on it. If we are to go by the promises given me, you will stop such practices. The Traditional Council has summoned all stakeholders, including JoyNews, to the palace on Thursday to fashion out a permanent solution to the menace of open defecation along the beaches. Richard Kwejonyako, Joy News, Cape Coast.
A computer music technologist at the University of Ghana is advocating a total overhaul of Ghana's education system to integrate aspects of the past. Professor Andrews Ajimfra observes that many students enter tertiary institutions unprepared due to the short duration of the second cycle education in Ghana. He was speaking at the Physics Students Association Congress in Kumasi. Lava Firm's Kwesi Debra now reports.
Professor Ajimfra admits the shortened duration of existing education system comes with some benefits. He is, however, worried individual and personal development are receiving little attention. He says it impacts negatively on teaching and learning as it makes work of university teachers difficult.
Shortening it means increasing the syllabus content to make sure that people can come out at the university levels ready to study. People come with a lot of handicaps. Those who are not fortunate enough to come from schools where they had very good teachers who prepared them with certain fundamentals in mathematics, science and other areas are grossly handicapped at the university level. Studying physics, mathematics, chemistry and all those finance subjects and in the social sciences are very difficult for them. I'm advocating for re-examining the old system and bringing back certain aspects of it into the modern system.
The Physics Students Association Congress creates a forum for learning about physics and related professions. President of the association, Samuel Abedu, debunks the notion physics is a teaching program only. Reporting for Joy News, Kwesi Debra.
Physics is not a teaching course because we have various diversions. We have physics with computing, physics with biomedical physics, physics with electronics, physics with materials.
Oh, interesting comments there. Well, that's where we have to take a break. When we come back, myself, Mamavi Osabuaje, we will be reviewing the newspapers and a couple of the stories on myjournalline.com and the other news portals. Do stay on.